No, that's very helpful.
And then, I mean, just the strength and the efficacy of the EVAR products and it's been there such a long time. Has there been any that you guys have been aware of or known of any recalls of EVAR products or defects of EVAR products that got the attention of the community? Would you do
No,
this?
not really. I think that the ones that have been the, I think that Endologics, when Endologics came out, this was supposed to be the cat's meow kind of thing, but that one really did not turn out to be that great of a device. Oh,
Sorry,
like I said,
are you talking about when Endologics came out, you said there was one particular device that didn't turn out to be what they promised. What was that?
Endologics.
Was there any specific? You mentioned a device. Is there a device that came out, or?
No, it was very cumbersome to be able to use. A lot of levers, a lot of moves. It was just much more moves you had to make in order to get a graph deployed.
Okay. And is this something that's sort of like in general in the market, similar type of generic variety type of aneurysms that this product would have been treating, or?
So these aneurysms were treating it from the bottom up. These were for short necks to be able to use this graph, but it was just really much more, just so much more user intensive to be able to use, and wasn't even that much better. It didn't really pan out that way. So I think the traditional graphs have been able to take care of the issues.
Okay.
Do you know what product the Endologic product was that you're talking about?
I don't anymore. It's been a long time that I trialed and used it.
Okay.
I used it on about, I think, 6 patients is what I used it on.
Okay. Yeah. So for the most part, you look at the industry and the space. I mean, the devices. It's safe to say the devices out there have been relatively safe in terms of like not defective kind of things. Okay.
Yes.
Where that's would have impacted any sort of patients to the extent that they had an issue.
Yes, absolutely. They've been safe.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of what we would learn is to deal with, like you said, the reasons where patients may have complications because they have other, issues that they're going through. So it sounds like it's pointing it towards one thing versus another. There's a lot of reasons in some cases.
I know that some we've done some research on the field and stuff, and the couple of things that stand out to us are the biggest complications that result from endovascular procedures are the endo leaks and sac expansion, whereas traditional surgery, although obviously very traumatic, very perioperative mortality, but what we see is that the endovascular products seem to have more endo leaks, more sac expansion. And I wanted to ask, what you see in the marketplace, what the manufacturers or providers are doing to sort of solve that complication. Because, and you could also, if you could confirm that those are the two biggest failure modes with EVAR, and what is the industry doing to try to correct that?
So I would say add one more in regards to just a vascular complication, meaning, putting in these devices into the arteries and having a vascular complication as well.
Okay.
Artery tear, et cetera. So I'd add that as well. Those
okay.
are also one of the big issues. And in regards of the sac repressure, I think that's our concern. And there's been different ways of trying to assess that. There's been studies in regards to putting in pressure monitoring systems in regards into the aneurysm sac, and that also being able to read if the pressure starts to increase, and so you'll kind of know in real time. Those also have kind of not been, what's the word I'm looking for, cost effective to be able to put these in and add these on the graphs. So what industry is trying to find is how can we make a cost effective product